Hey, Ruthie, about last night. Is there anything that you want to say to me? Uh-huh. I don't know what you're talking about, but it's too early to deal with you. I get that you wanted to bring friends over to our newly built house, but you could have been a bit more considerate about the time. I mean, we could hear you all night. We share this house between our families, so it'd be greatly appreciated if you could wrap up parties a bit earlier than yesterday. So what you're trying to say is that I'm not allowed to bring any of the girls over ever again because we started living in the same house? What? Everyone gets a bunch of compliments as soon as they see the house, and it helped me appreciate it more. Besides, I still have days I want to have fun with my friends. Tony is out for work trips when the house is open, so I just thought it would be a great opportunity to fulfill my needs. Yes, I understand that, and I think it's great that you're still seeing your friends even after marriage. I was just hoping that you would be a little bit more considerate towards me since I live with you. The music was blasting until sunrise last night, and I barely got any sleep. So what? Why can't you just buy some earplugs if it bothers you so much? What? Look, I haven't got permission from your son, and he owns this house anyways, so you have no right to be telling me that I can't bring my friends over and my husband agrees. I texted Tony to ask him what was going on last night. He told me that he didn't expect the party to go on throughout the night. His understanding was that you and your girls would gather and would finish partying by dinner time. He even apologized that there was any trouble, so I don't think he agrees with you. Well, that's on the two of you for misunderstanding what I said. There's nothing wrong with what I did. And I don't see any law stating that I can't bring my friends over if I live with my husband's mother, so I'll do as I please. I never said that you couldn't call your friends over because you live with me. I just wanted you to be a little bit more considerate towards me. I think it's crucial that we both stay as considerate as possible towards each other if we're going to live together. I am considerate. I'm considerate towards you every single day. I think you're misunderstanding something. Even if we're in-laws, we're just two people who live together, and that's it. I have to stay on my toes and be considerate towards you all the time, and it's so stressful. So I just used a single day to enjoy myself and rejuvenate, but here you are telling me that I can't even do that. This is basically harassment. What do you mean I'm harassing you? Look, you should be grateful that we even live with you, because this is uncommon nowadays. You never express your gratitude, and now you're bugging me about how I use my own house. Why don't you be a bit more considerate towards me? If you ever harass me again, I'll tell Tony, and he'll not be happy about it.
Hey Mom, how'd it go? Did she give you a proper apology about last night?
Not at all. She actually got really mad at me, that I was harassing her over how she used her own house.
Sorry about that. I'll make sure to tell her that she needs to apologize to you later.
Was Ruthie always like this? I mean, I do have an image of her being a strong-willed woman, but I don't remember her being the type to nag about harassment and all that.
Apparently, Ruthie's mother had to go through a lot that was caused by sharing a house with a relative. And she's been teaching Ruthie some things since we moved in together. Stuff like, assert dominance and don't show weakness. She's starting to believe that it's better to be selfish instead of letting others have their way.
Well, I guess that explains a lot. She's never been so rude to me since I met her.
Sorry, I'll make sure to tell her to think about what she's doing again later. Don't worry, I know that you're not trying to harass her in the slightest sense. Ruthie doesn't understand how indebted we are to you for helping us with our mortgage payment.
Don't bring the payments into this, it's fine. Anyway, were you able to find the friend that ran away? I'm way more worried about that than this.
Oh yeah, we were able to find him, but he had already used up all the money that he stole from the company funds. Apparently, he went on a spending spree with his mistress.
What? I thought that he stole hundreds of thousands of dollars. How did he use so much?
Right? I was really surprised at first too. We built that company together 10 years ago, and went through all the highs and lows together. I really thought he was my best friend. Then I found out he was using company funds for his own expenses. Once we cornered him about it, he just dipped and stole the money that was the literal lifeline of our company. I don't even know how to recover at this point.
Don't worry, Tony. I know you'll come out of this even stronger. I believe in you. And I'll do anything to support you while you need it.
Thank you so much, Mom. Right now, I'm just pouring money out of my own pocket to keep the company alive, and I don't even know how much longer this can last. If you hadn't offered to help with the mortgage payments, I don't know what I would have done.
It's the least I could do. I have some money that your father left behind for me, so just think of it as help from him.
And thank you for keeping all of this out of Ruthie's ears. I really don't know how to thank you for everything.
You don't have to share everything with each other, even if you're married. I'm sure Ruthie would panic if you told her, so it's probably the right decision to keep this a secret for now. That's sort of kindness as well. Now, since you have the time and money that'll last you a while, go focus on your work.
Thanks. We were able to catch the traitor. And right now we're going around banks and asking for loans. I've received news that some are actually showing positive feedback, so I think we might be able to survive this.
That's amazing.
Yeah. Once we get through this, I promise I'll bring the company back. So please help me out for just a little bit more. I'll return this favor 10 times more in the future.
You being happy and healthy is enough, honey. Well then, go work hard. I'll try to make things work for Ruthie on my side, too. Mrs. Anderson, I have a very important announcement to make. An important announcement? What is it? Well, we just found out that I'm pregnant. What? Oh my goodness, that's amazing. Congratulations. Thank you, Mrs. Anderson. Since we're going to be welcoming a new life into our family, there's one thing that I need to ask of you. What could that be? I need you to leave our house right now. The whole pregnancy will be ruined if you're there. What? Why do you want me to leave the house? And what do you mean the pregnancy will be ruined? I'm saying that a miscarriage may be caused by the stress that you're putting me in. The doctor told me that I should avoid as many sources of stress as I can. Life in the same house as you is basically the worst situation that I could put myself in as a pregnant woman, so the best choice for the both of us is for you to leave. What? But we built this house. And I understand your point about living with your mother-in-law as being stressful, but as you know, Tony's very busy with work right now and he has to go on tons of business trips. Isn't it better if a person who's already given birth before is right by your side in case anything happens to you? Oh, you don't have to worry about that. My mother, who has experienced giving birth as well, will be taking your place in our house, and she'll begin living with us. I announced my pregnancy to my mother and father right before telling you. They seemed thrilled to hear that they finally have a grandchild. And I spoke about you being a source of stress towards me, and they encouraged me to kick you out for the baby. They even offered to take your place and live with me. I can't believe this. You're really gonna kick me out like this? I've never heard such nonsense. Does Tony even know anything about this decision of yours? I'm sure he wouldn't allow something like this to happen. Of course not. He doesn't even know that I'm pregnant yet. What? Really? He's very busy with work right now. I'm going to surprise him with the news as soon as he comes home. I'm sure he'll be thrilled. I mean, not that you'll be here to watch his reaction. A husband can't just say no to his pregnant wife. He'll understand my circumstances, and if it's better for me, then it's better for everyone. All right, then. So you don't even have the permission of the owner of the house, and you're saying all of these things without even letting him know. As they say, relationships work best when the girl is bossy and the man is kind. Anyways, make sure to pack up all of your things and leave as soon as possible, okay? My parents are moving in by the end of today, so I suggest you hurry up. Know that this is the best choice for everyone other than you, including the baby. All right, then. Goodbye. Oh, and don't think about coming back, because we won't be able to help you after retirement. No hard feelings. Sure, but promise to never speak to me again. Then I'll promise not to rely on you, even show my face near you ever again. Really? Yes. Make sure the two of you never rely on me either. I hope your parents are able to afford the $2,000 a month for your mortgage. What? Why would my parents have to pay the mortgage? Tony has all of the payments under control. He owns his own company, for God's sakes. Actually, I'm currently paying all of the monthly mortgage payments right now for him. Tony isn't in the situation to be able to afford to pay an extra $2,000 a month. What? Why not? He is well enough to afford an amount like that. He is a company owner. He has the highest average paying profession in the world. We even have enough money to pay for anything we want in this world. I'm sorry to break it to you, but that's not necessarily the case right now. He's actually struggling quite a bit to keep the company afloat. The co-owner of the company actually stole company funds and ran away with it. By the time they caught him, he'd already spent almost everything. Tony's currently doing everything he can right now to account for that. What? But I guess you're going to have to cut down on every aspect of living that you can now that you don't have monthly support from me. You know, I really only meant well for you two. There's no way. You're lying. There's no way I wouldn't know about all this by now. What's he going to do? Who knows? It was all working out perfectly because I was here to support the two of you while he was recovering the company. But now that I'm getting kicked out, I guess your parents can take my place and support you instead. What? Don't worry, he told me that it's all going to be fine as long as he gets through this. But if he doesn't, who knows what might happen to the two of you? Whatever, it's not my business anymore. I wish you all the best of luck. All the best. Wait, there's no way my parents can afford to pay me $2,000 a month? What do you expect me to do about all this? I'm a stay-at-home wife. And my parents live off retirement money and savings. They can't just spend all that on paying off our mortgage. Are you going to make Tony give up his company then? There's no way he's going to get out of this mess without someone's help. So he's going from a company owner to unemployed? Just like that? Yep. Well then, all the best for you guys. I'm leaving the house now as requested, so I guess I'll see you never then. Bye-bye.
I'm so sorry, Mom. I heard everything from Ruthie. I'm happy about the pregnancy, but I never guessed that she would use that as an excuse to kick you out of the house.
I'm sorry for telling Ruthie about the company when you were keeping it a secret.
You don't have to worry about it. It looks like we were able to get the company back on track for now. I'm sure we'll be fine for the time being.
Really? That's amazing.
Yeah, it turned out that the guy who stole the money actually had most of it. He just hid it away, but we were able to recover it. Over half of it was just hidden in a secret bank account. We were also able to loan out some money from the bank. It's looking pretty good.
Oh my goodness, thank God. I'm so proud of you for getting through this on your own.
No, it's all thanks to you, Mom. You were the only person I could tell about this when there was no one else. I had to look confident in front of my people so that they wouldn't lose confidence. But I was so worried. I can't believe Ruthie even tried kicking you out of our house after everything you've done for me.
Let's calm down, Tony. I'm sure Ruthie was excited about her pregnancy and got ahead of herself, that's all. I was worried during my first pregnancy too. It might really be better to have her parents there with her. I'm leaving, okay?
If you really are leaving, then at least let me pay for your rent from now on. I'll get you any furniture that you need too. It's the least I can do after everything you've done for me.
Thank you, honey. I mean, if you insist, then it would really help a lot.
Of course! If you want, I can introduce an apartment to you. My friend does real estate, and he has an opening at a really nice place that has amazing security and a great view.
Are you sure? I mean, that's better than anything I could ever ask for. But what are you going to do from now on? Are you going to continue living with Ruthie and her parents?
Yeah, that's what I'm planning to do. It's a big house that's designed to fit 2 families, and I just can't leave my baby, so...
That's very true.
And also, Ruthie's been lecturing me about how to live with in-laws for a while now, so I've picked up a thing or two, like assert dominance while living with your in-laws. So I'm thinking of absolutely dominating that household in response to what they did to you. Anyways, I'll send the address of your new apartment right away.
Mrs. Anderson, would you come back to our house and live with us again? My parents left already, so we have enough room for you. What? Why would your parents leave so soon? They finally have the chance to live in a big home with their daughter and grandchild. Well, they kind of got mad and left. What are they upset about? Tony told my parents the whole story about how you ended up leaving the house, including everything I'd said and done to you. They said that even though I told them that you were harassing me, I was the one who was harassing you. And that you were nice, but I forced you to look bad. They just kept getting angrier and angrier and told me that I was a disappointment and left. I'm glad your parents are sensible people. And Tony has been a completely different person ever since you left. He's gone colder and bitter. He started saying that he wanted something in return for paying for the living expenses of me and my parents. So he was constantly ordering me and my parents to do some housework, and I told him to stop bossing us around. But all he would say in response is that he's only protecting himself by asserting dominance to his in-laws. Oh my. My parents then figured out that he was trying to let them know that I was treating you the way he was treating them. They told me off about how they never raised me to be like this and stormed out of the house. So you two get the whole house to yourselves now. I mean, it's a lot of space for 2 people, but I'm sure you'll get used to it in no time. That's not the issue here. The issue is that Tony wants me to keep the whole house spotless, all by myself. I can't clean a house like this all by myself. And I had you to do all the cooking, so I have no idea how to put anything together. Please, I'll apologize for everything I've ever said and done to you, so please just come back and live with us. I mean, I do agree that it would be a waste for only the two of you to live in such a nice house. So I'll agree to move back in with you, but don't think we can just go back to being the way that we used to be. What? If I move back in, I'm only going to take care of myself. I won't be helping take care of you or your family, including my grandchild. Why not? Because I'm not your maid. If you agree to that, then I'll move back in with you again. Well then, I'll see you if you ever make up your mind. After that, I received a letter from Ruthie's parents. It wrote how they were sorry for raising their child to do the things she did to me. In addition to that, they included a request for me to correct her behavior as much as I want, since they couldn't do the job while raising her. After my son joined in and begged me to move back in as well, I made the decision to go back. I'm currently spending my days teaching her the righteous ways of a housewife. I heard that Ruthie goes begging to her parents once in a while about how hard I am on her. But they seem to have no mercy on her anymore. My son seemed to have succeeded in bringing his company back to where it used to be, and has been providing me with gifts and trips all over the world. I'm proud to say that I've raised a man of his word.